What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Everybody awake? So we're gonna start a new page. Make sure we got our mise en place first. So you get your coffee, Bloody Mary, whatever. Always, buddy. At least here. So let's start a new page. It's the thumbnail. Yep, page 25. So sent this off, then we let that kind of sit for a little bit, and then went back and kind of thought about some of the locations of the characters and the positioning, and if they were the best spots. You know, how would it be better? So I made some adjustments in locations. I think I added some ninjas. I like brought them closer to the camera. And then started working out the perspectives of everything. And perspectives for each panel. I haven't really looked into it, but this is my perspective lines that I got going on. What's going on, buddy? Just working out my perspective lines, you know, slowly building up one of the, building up the page, you know how it is. Yeah, so original first sketch, original first doodle. And this is me kind of revising, like I want to maybe fix her positioning a little bit. Me, I want to bring him closer so that he fills up the page more. I don't know about this guy. I don't know. So we're just going to start roughing in some stuff. Roughing, right? Roughing in some shapes. Maybe get my mise en place out. My shit. Go a little darker on the blue. Yeah, like that tree is not in perspective, so I have to like ignore that, but no, I wanted a tree here. So little round shapes. Like we'll go back. We will go back. Yes, we together will go on this journey. We'll go back and start adding and populating the scene with our figures, but right now I want to make sure that we're getting the trees look good and the branches look legit. Then we'll go back and figure out where that ninja is perched. For now I just want to get the kind of basic shapes of everything else. Like that foot will be right there. So I won't use that whole circle that I just did, but maybe seeing that circle, I'll like kind of come back and do something like that, and then come back around because I do want to show some feet. I don't want to like be cheap, but we're just kind of making the general shapes. No, that wouldn't work. Maybe not so much cussing right now. I think this is the kind of fun part, especially in the jungle, in the forest. It's not, nobody's really like calling you out on it too much because it's kind of impressionist in a way. As long as you have like the general like foliage down, nobody's gonna like lose their shit over what you're drawing. It's the figure drawing is when you start. At least I start dropping f-bombs. Oh, let me look at what's going on. What's going on? Hey, how you doing, Mr. Rodriguez? Thank you for sharing, sir. You are a huge inspiration. We're kind of like Eskimo brothers, I believe. I think we both do stuff for Splato, right? Eskimo brothers. That's something you'll have to Google. What's up, Mac? Glad I could shatter some minds last night. My radical belief that original lives are possible. Original ideas are possible. They are. They are. You're splitting some wigs. Thank you, sir. Drop that in there. That's cool. I hadn't thought about that, but that's cool. I mean, I do have it on my shelf. Morning, 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 morning. How's it going? Her name is Vicky. She lives on the second floor. 10 subs left. Oh, nice. I wonder what happens then. Do you get monetized then? Right? Not yet, right? It's like 1,000. I haven't. I need to get fucking blocked before I get a mug, right? I don't know if I want to get. I don't know if I want to go there. Okay. So maybe we get some. We get some bushes. You know, we're kind of cheating over here. So maybe let's show some bottom of the trees a little bit, so we don't look like punk asses. I see. See, I was already starting to like think about that too. That's good. That's like past Matt looking out for future Matt. Thanks, bro. No problem, dude. You got some bushes here that kind of cheats that. This guy will be sitting here. Let's see. It's like some fucking gummy bears trees, man. Gummy bears. Sorry. Hmm. Shh. Just kidding. Hmm. Yeah, I saw the mugs. That's funny. Getting blocked. I mean, am I spirit? Thank you, sir. Spirit, am I being like obvious, right? With like um stating that blocking is probably not a good idea, right? Like the whole echo chamber thing. When I was, I heard, oh yeah, echo chamber, that makes sense, and then you just don't block somebody unless the shit gets weird. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. See if this was a marketing page. but better. I'm not making fun of put flour in her hair because I fucked up that part. Can you imagine if Boob Van Dan did this page? There'd be like it'd be insane. It'd be like mm, yeah, yeah. You're gonna be thin skinned. You know, if you who said that where it's like if you could laugh at yourself, then you're bulletproof. You know I'm funny looking. I know sometimes my drawings look like shit. It's all good. Just embrace it. Okay. Still working it out. Excuse me. And you probably won't even see that part. So it's. I even saw one time. Excuse me, on my throat clear. Bob Burden showed me this thing where he like was drawing stuff, and I think I was like drawing it kind of fucked up, and he was like, if you need to, like draw your little circles, you know, so you could be like, okay, here's where this branch would go, and then you draw the little circles to like make sure you got the structure of it right. I mean, I'm just doodling right now, but even then, you need to maybe think about that stuff. See, I'm not just like fucking picks up a pen and starts making shit happen. Work hard for this shit because I suck. My favorite plate is the one, is the kind that the people put in their fucking lips. The ones that they walk around, they look like Donald Duck. I like those. I like those plates. I also like Stegosaurus plates. Those are kind of cool. I wouldn't mind having like two of those on my back. Actually, I'm not a big. You know what? If I could eat out of one thing forever, it would be one of those like bento boxes. There's like little Japanese wooden boxes that are all like separated and compartmentalized, compartmentalizing the food. Like, okay, this is your fucking shit over here. Nothing touches. There's little like wooden walls that separate everything, like that. Fucking plates. understand what that meant, but I was gonna go with it. I was gonna be the that and let you be Jerry Lewis. I didn't understand. I didn't understand the joke, but comprehension isn't always a requirement for cooperation. Sometimes you just go with it and see where it goes. All right, so that's that tree. Most of that should be covered up, but at least there will be the tangents. The tangents. Fuck. We're all right. This will just turn into some fucking impressionist, I don't know, just like shapes and shit inside the zipatone. And so, you know, this will be the little chick that he was hooking up, and you'll be able to tell from the little scar on her head. But yeah, this is not right. So I'll have to like fix that. There'll definitely be some fucking cussing when I'm fucking fixing this. But yeah, she'll have like a little Uzi. So one hand she'll have the little sword, and then the other hand she'll have an Uzi. That'd be kind of cool. And like before, we were seeing him with a tight ponytail, and this time his like hair will be like out, and like the colonel will be in full fucking ninja garb. But this ninja garb will be like updated with you know, ammo pouches and shit. So you need to get this book out before that fucking Snake Eyes comes out, so nobody thinks I fucking swiped from it. I'm kind of, you know, doing military ninjas. So it's like I'm kind of like watching the trailer and like double checking to make sure that I'm not fucking doing anything similar. Trying to be as original as possible, but also familiar, you know? I want to be like, hey, I'm drawing ninjas, and then I'm drawing like some fucking dude who looks like a musketeer. You know, it's like you have to draw it with certain visual icons, but you know, definitely wouldn't be different than some blockbuster movie that's coming out. Something about plates, yeah, who knows? I like now I'm wondering like is it something that about the word plate? You know, if I say plate, if I say it backwards and it's played backwards, does it say something? Like, is he getting people to say that word for a reason to use it somewhere else? I don't know. I don't know how goddamn diabolical the dude is. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe he's not fucking Doctor Doom. My thoughts on Bernie Mac. I thought he was a great guy. Um, why something happened to Bernie Mac? I think he's passed away. I think he's passed away. There's really not much to say when a guy's passed away. I liked the movies that he was in. I liked all the oceans. He was in some different oceans. I liked that. I liked Charlie's Angels. It was all right. Crispin Glover's shit was dope. You know what I really like is Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Like if you just go in, just like watching a fucking, you just don't take it seriously. It becomes like a cartoon almost. Um, like I first like watched it, I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then I watched it again. I was like, "Okay, I get it." And then I was like, and then I just really started liking it. Like I didn't like Fast and Furious movies. Thought they were fucking like really weird, corny until I like realized that Fast and Furious movies are really just like Hot Wheels the movie, or fucking like Matchbox movie. I mean, it's really all they need to do is like put on some fucking high tech masks and they'll be fucking masked at, chasing submarines and shit. I mean, anyways, blah, 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 blah. I think there's places that you could go and you can break. You go in there, you pay a fee, and they give you a stack of china, and you can smash that shit. Different plates. You could wear high heels and smash the plates and take video of that. You can do all kinds of like high speed smashing of plates videos. You could do all kinds of shit there. It's right next to the place with the axe throwing. Hmm. What's going on tonight? Sounds like primal scream therapy. I already forgot what I was talking about, dude. That's why I need somebody on here. I think of primal scream therapy, I start thinking about that fucking Netflix series I was watching about those cult people doing the screaming yoga and shit. They're just like screaming and banging on each other and shit, and then they're supposed to be like nice and relaxed afterwards. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, put a little wax myrtle tree there, baby. Yeah. No, it's more Sammy Davis than Austin Powers. That's who I was thinking about when I said that. I wasn't thinking Austin Powers. I was thinking Sammy Davis. I was like watching some shit about Andy Kaufman, and I saw Andy Kaufman doing his little thing in front of Sammy Davis Jr., and he was just like, "What the fuck is with this white guy?" Chuck Dixon. The fuck. Red Rooster, Red Rooster, Red Rooster. Well read. He doesn't follow me on Twitter. I don't know if he's subscribed to me. Hmm. Hmm. I like Chuck's stuff. Of course, your boy Zach is great. You know, he always has some funny insight. Chuck is great. He's got like some old school insight. You know, he's like seen shit, man. You know what I mean? Um, okay. Are you, wait a minute. Oh, this isn't like you guys aren't a couple. This is this has to do with something else. Gotcha. Yeah, I like his movie reviews too. And start populating with some other little trees. Maybe, you know, this stuff will be seen once I start putting in the figures. Some of it won't be, but yes, I liked it. I did like it once I saw it. Like the stills, I wasn't a big fan of it. I like saw the stills of it and was like, what the fuck is this? But then when I sat down and actually watched it, it was I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Right? Are you a fan of Twin Peaks? I haven't watched all of it. I've only seen like bits and pieces of it. Years. Man, that when the little fucking weird baby thing, it was like, what? I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but right off the top of my head, I just remember this weird fucking like little mutant baby thing. I don't remember if it died. Yeah, there's some of these spots, man. This looks fucking stupid, and I'll probably fix it. You know who did really good trees and shit? The dude who did Calvin and Hobbes, man. I really like his trees. I did not see the recent third season. Again, I only see bits and pieces of it because my wife is a big fan. She's a big fan of Twin Peaks and David Lynch, and so I would like walk through the room and see like it's like what the fuck. So I know about some of the stuff. I know about some of the lore and the cabin and Bob and shit, you know. But I haven't actually sat down and watched the show. I will eventually. A couple of years. That's the guy. Yeah. I like Bill Watterson's trees and stuff, his foliage. I also like Asterix's. The guy who does Asterix, I like his foliage. So you can see what I did. I kind of, got the shapes, um, kind of where you know, it's like that simple shapes you could put them in perspective properly, and then once you have the simple shapes, then you can go back and start filling it in and having fun. Almost this kind of same thing, like if there's a crowd of people, You know, like each one would end up being a a person, right? But instead of a person, instead of a crowd, we are dealing with a crowd, but we're dealing with plants and shit. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, that was a ficus, right next to some tall grass. Again, we're just fucking around. So the trees, I'm like putting some. So the trees don't just look like fucking tubes. Even if you're like sitting here like detailing them, it's like it's pretty cool. Hey, there's lots of detail. But then I'm like trying to like add some like wraparound. Even if it's not a real fuck, sorry. Even if it's not a real type of fungus or mold, you could still kind of see that maybe it's something. So sometimes it's like I get an impressionist where I'm just like, I'm just gonna draw a fucking, a symbol of a fucking mushroom. But then when I'm drawing my guns and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's a stoner 63, or that, that's a carbine, yada 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 yada. So it kind of breaks up that a little bit. Hmm. I started watching something the other day that was Mulholland. Maybe it was Mulholland Falls. It was where these like cops like just like went over to this dude's house and took him out of a party and then drove over somewhere in LA and just dumped his ass off a cliff. I didn't finish watching the movie. Something happened and it had Chris Penn. It had the gangster from Bronx Tale. It had Nick Nolte. Like Nick Nolte was like hooking up with this chick who ended up like dying, and she had video of her with John Malkovich. But I see, I'm like remembering everybody in the movie, but I don't remember the name of the movie. Mulholland Falls. Yeah, there you go. I like that kind of shit. It's on. I mean, now you could see it because it's on HBO. But there was something called a show called Casted Deadly Spell that kind of took that like LA kind of thing and went supernatural with it. Um, it's like Fred Ward is just this like fucking gumshoe, and his name was Lovecraft. And at the time when it came out, this was like maybe early 90s when this came out on HBO, and like nobody knew who Lovecraft was at the time. Just like they had to like explain it in the Starlog magazine, like who the fucking Lovecraft was. But yeah, he's like trying to get the Necronomicon, and like he goes to the police station, and they have like some fucking. They have like some vampire girls there. There's a werewolf in a cage and shit. Like it's funny. It's cute. I'm sure somebody's already done that somewhere on Indiegogo. You know, combined. That writer who does like the crime novels. L.A. Confidential. L.A. Confidential meets. Uh, I don't know. What about Lord of Illusions? That was kind of that. It was modern times. I don't know. I don't know. I don't need anything. Yeah, man. A lot of the shit that they take it easy, buddy. A lot of the a lot of their early stuff was right. It was like the thing that should not be and crawling from under. It was like a lot of their shit was like kind of like that. I like the early Metallica a lot. I'm not saying I had a patch on my denim jacket, but I did like Metallica a lot. The early Metallica. Once they like started just like fucking firing, replacing him, it was like, all right, well, that's kind of done. And I think and I hate to say it, but once James Hetfield, once he stopped drinking, I feel like the music wasn't as good. Hmm. Here's a link if you want to just hop in and talk. It's a lot easier than me fucking looking at the screen. Because I am trying to walk. I do like the combining of stuff, combining of genres. Um, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this? But they really kind of like leaned into the whole like shtick of it and had that whole paper intro. I thought that was pretty. That was pretty clever. Kind of disarmed me a little bit. Like I walked in and was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, okay, I get it. These like ferns, like ground ferns. I'll just do it right here. Something different, so I don't look like a dick. So I don't look like a fucking asshole. Like this. So is there anything going on tonight? Any cool streams? Oh, you're not free. That's okay. Anybody got a stream going on? I guess I could check myself. Just curious. So I'll like have the basic, environment laid out, and then I'll draw my characters into that, and then I'll that's when I'll start inking them together, and when I inking the environment, I'll start showing the environment being, affected by the characters, so they're, and they're not just like plopped on. Right on. Red Rooster. Red Rooster. Is that the book that showed up super, super late? Or like went to fucking Walmart before it went to the customers who had backed it? Some weird kind of drama. Fuck off. Oh. You know what I saw this morning that was fucking kind of wild? That kind of fell down a rabbit hole was what's
What are you
going on,
doing?
George?
What are you doing? Why
Shit,
so
I'm
many
working.
lines?
I'm
Why are
working
you
for
doing?
a living.
That's too many lines.
How are you?
All right, go back to what you forget about me. Go back to the thing that you had on screen. Yeah, that's it. What are you doing? Why so many lines?
I didn't realize you were backstage, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I've been waiting here for 3 hours.
Holy shit. I'm sorry.
You've only been streaming for 1.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at my clock there going, Jesus, what is he in some kind of crazy time loop? He's stuck in a vortex.
What are you doing? Why are you drawing so many lines? It's a forest. Why don't you just put a Batman label on it, say forest, and just move on. Just put one tree, and then behind that tree put the word forest. Let's zoom out. Let's see what it looks like.
This is the final. This was the the thumbnail that was sent in. And then I went back and kind of revised some of the placement of the characters, to make it a little
dynamic.
better.
Let's see the before again. Let's see the before that. Yeah, hold it. Let's see.
Not too much. You could kind of see, just maybe I made some of the ninjas a little bigger, a little closer to the screen, so that there was like
more dynamic. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then in panel 2, I kind of brought some of the characters closer.
Yeah, more dynamic. You can't have the characters all on the same plane. Standing there. That doesn't look Marvel.
No, exactly. So it was like my first like version was kind of like doing what was in the script, and then then going back and like marvelizing it, and then I went in and kind of started figuring out my perspective lines and stuff, so that I can start just kind of doodling and putting in the shapes a little bit, and then that's when I kind of go to this spot. It's a lot of layers, it's a lot of lines, but it's not going to be colored. So I'm adding a little more rendering to it.
What do you mean it's not going to be colored?
Well, it's not going to be colored. It's going to be black and white.
Well.
There's going to be some zip. There might be like 1 or 2 layers of zip to it, but it's going to be black and white.
Oh, geez, somebody's doing something fancy here. That's unheard of.
Is that crazy? It's crazy.
Yeah. Why would you be doing black and white? Why don't you just drop a few lines and then let the colorist sweat out the rest of the book?
I guess I was always told, like, don't rely on the colorist.
Some people are
like
clever
it's black and white.
Some people are clever enough to draw just a few lines on the page and say, "Oh yeah, the rest is for the colorist," and the colorist is going to sit there and go, "What the hell, man? I'm actually drawing the whole book."
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they like work together, or they like plan something out, Because the one time I met like a professional colorist a long time ago, he was like kind of disgruntled about it. Like he was a professional, or he wanted to be a professional fine artist, a painter, but was like lowering himself to doing colors at DC, and it was really wild, like meeting him. He was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this," and he just kept dropping. "Yeah, but I have a gallery showing coming," or it was like, "What? You act like you don't want your job, dude."
Yeah, well, a lot of people think they're entitled when they should be looking towards creating a portfolio that tells people, "Hey, I know something. I can do it. Hire me."
Yeah, I like the little setup that I have right now with Zach. It's not really a work for hire. It's a co-create. So I have like skin in the game.
What are you co-creating? What are you co-creating?
I'm co-creating a RocknRoll Ninja.
How's that going?
With me. How's it going?
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going great. It's going great. I think so. For my first campaign, I think it's pretty awesome. What does that mean? What are you asking specifically?
Well,
like numbers?
No, not numbers. So, like, how's it going? Like, you feel good? Like, you're it's exciting. You think you're gonna deliver the?
I am super excited. I'm super excited. It's ahead of schedule.
What was the inspiration, other than the canned response that Zach would make? What's the inspiration to get RocknRoll Ninja into a comic book? What was the spark?
The spark was wanting to do something that I didn't see. The spark was like walking around the comic book store and not really seeing what I wanted. Like I saw some other stuff, but I wasn't really like getting a scratch itched. And so I pitched an idea to Zach, and he had an idea, and we just kind of like rolled those two ideas together, and then we called Chuck Dixon, and then he wrote the scripts and like added a whole bunch of his awesomeness to it. So it's really awesome, man. Like I'm loving doing it, and like I feel like I'm getting more and more comfortable with the pages, So like the first couple of pages, I felt a little stiff. They took a little bit longer, you know, but now,
Yeah.
you know, I'm on page 25. Like I'm fucking like, you know, I'm doing a page, you know, every 2 days, you know, as opposed
Oh,
to like
you're almost up to pro level. That's good. Pros do like a page or page and a half a day.
enough that it's like, it's, you know, it feels really good to sit down and work on them.
Wait a minute. What's your day like? Do you eat and sleep and stuff like that? You know.
I poop and I
That too, right?
shower and I
Yeah, that too, huh?
yeah. I wake up early. I wake up early and I make breakfast for my kid and I make sure my wife is okay. And then I hang out with them and then I come upstairs and I start working. So I'll drop a couple of hours then.
Yeah, you know, if
You know,
you know, your kid ate yesterday, so you don't have to feed him today. You know that, right? And your wife saw you yesterday. You don't really have to, you know, confirm that you still exist.
yeah,
You know that, right?
happy house. Yeah, I know. I can't help it. You know, it's routine. So, you know, I make sure they're cool. Then I come upstairs, work a couple of hours, and then I spend the day with my kid, and then I go back to work, or you know, I come back upstairs and then I work, you know, the rest of the evening and stuff. So it's a long day, but I like it. It's all good. So if I'm not with my kids and stuff, if I'm not like hanging out and doing stuff, like I'm working on the book and trying to get it done. And plus, like I haven't read like issue 3 and issue 4. I'm just like drawing as I'm reading it. So
Oh, so
it's, you know,
you're getting excited as you're producing it.
yeah. I like read the first couple, you know, the first like 10 pages of issue 1 and was like, oh my God, this is fucking dope. And then, you know, I issue, thumbnailed the whole issue 1. But, you know, now I'm going back through and like, you know, and doing the pages, I'm getting excited that I'm like getting to certain parts, you know, and then issue 2, I read some of it and was like, what? Because it's, you know, Chuck just like really like brought a lot of cool stuff and he like makes it really feel new to me, you know, even though I'm like sleeping and breathing this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so what music are you drawing to?
None right now because you know, I'm streaming, so I'm not really like I'm not really sure what music I can listen to while I'm streaming.
Oh, you can listen to all sorts of music.
Well, I don't want to get like copyright striked or.
Don't worry about that. That's just YouTube. They'll strike your channel. You'll get another alt account. Hey, you
A
start all
word.
over again.
Mm, mm, mm.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm listening to a lot of like while I'm drawing this, I'm listening to a lot of late '70s, early '80s stuff, like the Stooges. But I'm also listening like Thin Lizzy, listening to Blockheads, you know, because I'm trying to kind of get a visual and an audio idea in my head of what RocknRoll Ninja, what they sound like. And that's not the name of the band. The name of the band is Uzi Does It. Kind of like this Freddie Mercury, Adam Ant, you know, singing Prince with his backup, you know, maybe some AC/DC thrown.
Can
So
you
that's
tell
kind
us
of what I'm listening.
what era or what time this book takes place? The story takes place in. Is that
Late
possible?
'70s, early '80s, like.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna put like visual Easter eggs in there at all?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have like a lot of cool stuff because I you know I spent a lot of time in New York and so I'm really trying to put a lot of Easter eggs in that you know,
Well, yeah,
you would recognize if you were a New Yorker.
I spent a lot of time in the 70s and the 80s.
Right on. That's like the best time, right? Where it's just like weird and grimy.
Well, yeah, it kind of caught my attention. You know, Star Wars coming out, $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman TV series. You know, Outland, Sean Connery in space, Alien, of course.
Oh, I love Outland.
You know,
You ever think about Outland and Alien being in the same universe?
I thought about it because Outland literally had the same kind of opening as Alien, you know, with the words sort of forming, you know, long. Yep, and had the ticker tape computer readout too. Yeah.
It was like if the Nostromo hadn't stopped on that planet, like it would have headed towards, you know, Sean Connery. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I like all that stuff. Yeah, by the time I was like living in New York, it was like really living there. It was 93, 94. So like Giuliani was already like pushing stuff behind closed doors and shit. You know, there wasn't a lot of like street hookers and shit by then.
Well, yeah, that's because you bought them all.
Yeah. Joe, they were like, you know, you still like go to places and find them, you know, but they just weren't on the street.
Yeah, Giuliani. I can't get rid of you, so how much for your services? Okay, great. We got a deal. Now get on the bus and get out of Dodge.
He looks pretty creepy when he's like leaking black shit off of his head. Like I saw some of the recent you know, press conferences of him just like sweating. It looked like he was like the Joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
he doesn't have red blood like us anymore. You know, he's been injected with, you know, that new chemical longevity stuff that they're testing.
Oh.
Not that I know anything of it.
So what's up with your character?
Well, what do you mean? He's blue.
This is your character? This what is this guy's name?
Joe King.
Joe King.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Joe King. Do you who this guy is? This is pretty cool, right? This is like a big project, or?
Oh no, I've been self-publishing for 30 years. This is I already
Fantastic.
Issue 20 back in 2019.
You're dude.
20 issue 21. I just crowdfunded, and I'm working on it as we speak. Issue 21 comes with a spaceship.
Joe King.
Have you actually seen my campaign at all, or you just seen my avatar round?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I've seen your avatar round, but I haven't. I didn't know that it was like connected to anything.
Oh, and take them because I don't advertise as heavy as hard as everybody else does. I'm very chill. Take a moment. Go to georgepetergatsis.com and just follow the rabbit hole. You'll see.
Okay. You want me to go on there right now?
Oh,
or afterwards?
You got the mojo going. No, don't do that. Don't do that. When you have time.
Okay. Thank you. I don't have a problem with you telling everybody or sending a link if you want.
Don't worry.
I'll definitely check it out, though. I'll definitely check it out.
It's in my avatar name, georgepetergatsis.com.
Gotcha.
People are lazy now, eh? People are lazy now. They're just, oh, send me a link. I just told you what to type. You know, yeah, but that's a lot of clicking, man. Just send me a link. What? Then I would have to do a lot of clicking. You know, copy and paste clicking.
Yeah, but I think it's funny. It's a little bit of a power trip. It's a little bit of a power trip. Like, you know, like if I call somebody and I'm like making an appointment, you know, for a doctor or whatever, you know, I'll definitely be like, okay, great, yeah. I'll be like, yeah, could you go ahead and email that to me? Yeah, we're not. Yeah, okay, great, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great. I mean, you don't like pull it like that slimy, but they're like, I think I could, and like you just kind of like, okay, great, awesome. You have a good day. Okay, bye bye. So it's like a polite power trip to be like, yeah, why don't you go ahead and email that to me so that I only have to click it because I don't want to fucking put that much effort into your shit. But I'm definitely going to type out your name and look you up.
Awesome. If you have any questions, just forward it to 555-55555.
30 years.
Yeah, 1990.
Wow. Oh, look at this fucking tangent. Wow. Have you ever read any Flaming Carrot?
Yes, of course. Cerebus. What do you call it? The Tyrant by Bissett. Coffee Man, Too Much Coffee Man. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Too Much Coffee Man.
Yeah, the New Humans by Lim, not Tim Lim. You know, the whole, you know, the wackadoodle of the 80s. You know, The Crow.
Yeah. Boy, man, his like dad lives nearby me, and we were hanging out at a Dragon Con, like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, hanging out with somebody, and we ended up like being at this table with Bob Camp, and it was like Bob Camp at the table. There was this guy, old guy who used to paint like famous monster covers. He has like a fucking weird name, but he was there. He was fucking old as shit. Frank Frazetta's granddaughter was there, Sarah Frazetta, and then it was me and Bob Burden. Not Bob. Yeah, Bob Burden sitting next to each other, and we started talking. And yeah, it turned out that his dad lives nearby. So whenever he was visiting his dad, he was like coming over here and like drawing and stuff with me.
Nice.
He's really awesome, man. He's a great friend, a great buddy. But it's like he's like looking at your shit and be like, "There's a tangent there. There's a tangent. That's fucked up." Like he's all about like erasing whole fucking pages if you have to. Like
yeah, you know, if you're
it was cool to just like sit there. Yeah, I mean, it was cool to just like have him. He would just like come over, and we would just like sit down, and he would just like start drawing shit. You know, it was awesome. Drawing sharks. He drew like Flaming Carrot on a fucking shark and shit. It was funny. He's a good guy.
Yeah, but can you imagine? You know, you got that the drawing itch, and back then you didn't have an iPad with, you know, a portable digital tablet. You had to have your sketchbook. Always.
Well, you wouldn't catch me without my sketchbook.
Yeah, me too.
You know, me too. There was a certain time when there was always a black book on me.
Well, you know, I was so cheap back then. I didn't actually have a sketchbook. I had those year planners that were I would call in a hardcover, and they were pocket size. So every time I have an idea, I would draw it in the day planner. And then you know, I go back into them. You know, I recently did a little cleanup in the house, and I saw one of the day planners. I go like, I'm flipping through. I go like, oh my god, there's all the original ideas and panel placements and all that stuff. Oh, it's great to just look at that stuff back then, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now it's like it's not physical, right? So it's like I have a whole like folders of like digital doodles and stuff, but it's not,
Hey, do you
you
do you
know.
do you back up stuff? You know, do you have a regular routine where you back stuff up? Like right now, I
Fuck
have you
yes, dude.
how often do you save as you work on this page?
Well, I just hit save just now. Maybe every 10, 20 minutes, you know,
And
whenever I
the,
like,
the
I
actual
like,
the actual files
I
on
have
the
like a
hard drive,
spider tingle.
and the actual
No, the
files on
actual
the hard drive
files are on a
on the
external or on an external.
okay, yeah. But you have that backed up.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I have
okay.
I also have it on the Dropbox. So there's two places that if something happens, they're there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because dude, like this isn't a comic book, but I'm also a commercial artist, you know. So like these are like years of lessons learned the hard way, you know.
Oh yeah, what marketing, advertising, branding? Which field?
I did I did kind of two things. I was kind of bouncing back and forth between law and screen printing,
Oh really?
and yeah, yeah, and like you know storyboards for major league sports and shit like that. Like people who worked at ABC Sports. You know, I ended up getting a job at ABC Sports and started doing storyboards and started doing paintings, and then um, you know I got hired at CBS as like a freelance art director for stuff. So I did stuff for like the Super Bowl for them. So while,
Nice.
but you know that's not like full time stuff. So it's like I'm doing Super Bowl stuff and I'm doing like big storyboard gigs,
Did
like
they tell you, hey,
maybe like
we
7
got
or
we
8
got
times a year.
they said, did they come to you saying like, hey, we got 30 seconds, this is the concept, we need camera placements, uh ABC, and here's the script. What did you get? Did you get something like that?
Sometimes it's even like less than that. Where like I the last thing I did storyboards for the NBA championship,
Yeah.
and so the producer called me up and we just sat and talked for about 3 hours, and I just like sketched it all out, and then I was like, all right, I'll get back to you in the morning, and I just spent the night, you know, making the storyboards and then just adding shit, you know. But I've also looked at the decks and I've like helped make those decks. And decks are these like creative packages. If you don't know what
Yeah.
those are, you
No,
know, they're almost like PowerPoints, you know.
yeah, I know what you're
Okay,
talking
sorry.
about. I've done. We're talking the same language. I live the same life. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Bueno, bueno. Yeah.
The last 30 years, I worked in marketing, advertising, and branding. So I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I know exactly. I've done storyboards for commercials and stuff. I and
Yep.
I've done art and graphics for advertisements. You name it. So we're talking the same language. I know exactly what you're talking about. Continue.
Yeah. And I feel like it helped me. Like I went
By the
to
way, by the way,
SVA
I just
for
want to add, we didn't have PowerPoint back then. In the 90s, we had slide projectors. You know, carousel, a circle carousel. It's had maybe 50 or 100 slides, and then it goes, and then the next slide, the next slide, right? And but in the 2000s, you know,
yeah. Oh shit.
they moved to digital files. Just want to tell you, I thought that's
Yeah,
a
now
great,
it's just like
great thing.
these little PowerPoint like JPEG things that I'm creating for somebody.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, it's like I kind of I went to SVA for comic book illustration. And then I spent a couple years trying to get into the industry, and then, you know, it was just hard as fuck. And I just wasn't there. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, they ignored me. Like, no, they didn't. In the Marvel office a couple of times, and I just wasn't proficient enough. You know, my level wasn't there.
Yeah, you know, all they cared about, and a lot of people never knew this back in the day. All Marvel and DC cared about, one is, are you able to portray, you know, convey consistency? That's key, right? Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
As two, are you able to convey a story on the page, on the panel, right? And three, are you able to deliver the work on schedule?
Yeah,
Everything else,
absolutely.
everything else is gravy. Everything else is gravy, because you know, people, well, you know, they're looking for the style. No. If you actually looked at all the different artists, it was even before McFarlane came on the scene. The artwork was all over the place. There was different styles in the field. And you go like, this artwork looks shit. Yeah, but he was able to consistently produce and tell a story and deliver it on time. That's why he got in published, and the others didn't. You know, it's just apples. It's just very simple meat and potatoes things.
Meat and potatoes. Yeah, so I just wasn't there, and so I ended up, you know, getting a job, you know, and doing storyboards and doing production work for the NFL and stuff, and then doing the licensing apparel stuff. That really helped with like fonts. It helped with
you son of a gun. You did licensing too?
Art files.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I did like
me
like
too.
college football and shit.
Yeah,
dude. If you go to like Dick's Sporting Goods store, if you go to Academy, like all those fucking T-shirts, like dude, like let's go buck hunting, buck crazy, you know, and there'll be like a Super G on there, or it'll be like a fucking bulldog playing tennis. Like, dude, I like that was that. I mean, that was my bread and butter for a long time. Was that, and also like resort wear.
Did you work on style guides at all, or did you just do the graphics per se to the?
I did get slicks.
Oh, you did, eh? Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah. I would get slicks. Yeah. I would get like slicks because we had like the licensing for like 70 different college schools, right? So like when you talk about like consistency, like okay, if you do a design for uni, you know, if you do a bulldog, well, you have to do conversions for that design, which means you then have to take that design and turn it into, you know, Kansas Wildcats, a fucking Texas Longhorns, You have to be consistent with your artwork.
Yeah.
On all 70 of those things, right?
And you have to give them positives, and you have to give them positives and negatives of the artwork, so that way they can utilize against dark backgrounds and light backgrounds.
Yeah, right. So you're thinking, when you do that first design, you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to remove this fucking bulldog's head and put on a fucking another, you know, 50 other heads. You know, I'm gonna have to change the colors. So you have to like pre-plan your designs, right? And then that doesn't even count like separations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like then you're talking about like, okay, well, am I gonna do fucking spot color separations? Am I gonna do simulated process? You know, is it going to be index printing? This is like all before you just like put the T-shirt into a printer and it.
Oh well, did you do did you do the choke and the swell on the artwork, or did you give that?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. My underbase is always, and I would do like little ink wells and little ink gutters so that like, you know, my inks would bump up. So, you know, that's 20 years of me like learning all of this other stuff. But at all the time, I'm like drawing and thinking about, you know, going back to comics, because that's really like my thing that I wanted to do, you know, was with comic books.
Yeah, hold on a
So
second.
now
I'm
I'm
looking
like,
at.
you know,
Hold that
when
thought.
I
Hold that
get
thought.
hired, I'm down to do the logo. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold that thought. I'm looking at the chat. Spirit Scar, go jump in the lake. Twitless, you're okay. Vickyverse,
You don't like
hi
you don't
Vicky.
like Spirit Scar?
Hi Vicky, how are you? Let's see who else. Yes, me and Spirit Scar,
Vicky's good stuff.
we got a brand new feud going right now. Brand new feud, right? We never had one before. This is a new territory for me. I got a brand new feud with Spirit Scar. Yeah,
Awesome.
I call the feud the rotoscope feud. That's what it is.
Oh, is this about who fucking started Rotoscope and who didn't, right? You say somebody else, he says Fleischer.
Windsor McKay.
Windsor McKay.
Yeah, Windsor McKay. Look him up. A terrific artist. The guy did.
It's probably going to be easy to settle this, right?
It would be. You think if the guy could just go and Google Windsor McKay and you know take like a couple of days to read his history and look at his artwork, which spans 10 years between 1903 and 1914, and then he can come back and say, "I am sorry, Mr. Gatzis, you were correct about Windsor McKay." Yeah, you know, Spirit Scar. Yeah, he says in it was Max Fletcher. Yeah, okay. Listen to this, Spirits. Listen to this. Just because somebody patents an idea doesn't mean they created the idea. Look at the light bulb. Okay, let's go with the light bulb. Okay, yeah, you're welcome. All right.
What is the criteria? Like who puts out the first
Yeah, Windsor
piece of
McKay
commercial art, or whoever like releases it first?
Yeah.
Like one dude could be like, I was working on that shit in my fucking basement 6 months before he released his. It's like, well,
yeah, but did he release it publicly?
Who got it on the market first?
Yeah, no, but no, it's not who got in the market first. But did he present his idea publicly first? That's the key, right? An example.
Yes.
An example.
Yeah.
An example. Yeah. You know this invention called the telephone. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know when Alexander Graham Bell first created the telephone, right? It was completely useless. It was a completely useless product until he invented the second one.
Bing. That's pretty clever. Yeah, well, so he's sitting there with the phone and everybody's looking at like, well, who the fuck are you going to call, dude?
Exactly. It was completely useless, absolutely useless. And then he invented the second one. And then he goes, okay, now this is working. Okay, and then he invented the third. You know what happened when he invented the third one?
He was in two other rooms.
No.
Right? There was like a wire connecting the two guys, and he was like, Mary had a little lamb. Or is maybe that's a different fucking a different invention. It was like, hello?
You know what happened when he created the third telephone? He invented call waiting. Because the other two guys were on the phone already talking to each other.
He created a fucking 1-900 number. As soon as he got the phone, he was like 1-900. He's like, honey. He's like, tell me about your ankles.
Oh, Gertrude the dinosaur. Thank you very much. The Spirit Scar. Gertrude the dinosaur. There you go. Thank you. And oh, hello, Isaac, and testifies in there too. Oh, Testify wants to come on.
Mentioning the plates.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, when you're doing choking and swelling and all that stuff, did you actually go to a press place and do the camera exposures and all that? Did you have any communication with the print side of it?
Yeah, I did. The several places that I worked, it was at screen printing companies. So I was in the art department. Right. So, I would be in there working all day, and then I could like get up and walk out to the press and like see my shit getting printed, and because that's that's kind of how I learned it from the ground up. I started at a
Oh
smaller
yeah, me
screen
too.
printing shop and was like reclaiming screens and fucking
Yeah,
learning how to mix inks,
yeah,
learning my
yeah. I
Pantone
did.
colors and shit, and then
Yeah,
just like slowly worked my way. I think it's
did the
great,
same
man,
thing.
because it helps with composition. It helps with like all kinds of
Oh, are you kidding me?
all
When I
kinds of
was putting
stuff. I
down
think.
when I was putting down the ruby lith, to cover out the areas, mask out the
Oh
areas and
fuck
all
you,
that
old
stuff.
dude, Rubelith.
Yeah, oh god, you never had a chance
Dude,
to get
holy
into ruby
shit!
lith.
You were a Rubelith. You had a camera and everything. I'm not that old, dude. We had like a fucking Oyo. We had like the thermal film. We didn't have like a fucking exposure unit and shit. Wow,
Yeah, totally.
that's funny.
Yeah, we had huge green, cutting boards, green mats, for this stuff. As we had to we had to manually paste on the registration mark. Oh, we had a long tape of like just a tape dispenser, that you peel the
Hmm.
registration marks and you put
Yeah,
them
I know
down.
exactly what you're talking about. It's like Scotch tape with registration marks. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really helps like give you like thick skin as an artist. It really like puts you in your place when you try to make a design and the customer just takes a big shit on it. You know what I mean? And it's like you
Oh
can't
no,
argue.
no, no.
You can't
Yeah,
say, "Well, this is my art style," or "This is my like feelings fucking don't matter." You know what I mean?
oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah. I know
it's
exactly what you
it's
mean.
it's
But you
all
know
about
what?
like getting your work done.
You know what's worse?
What?
Is having the press technician come to you and go, "Hey, your registration's off. We just spent the last 2 hours putting this together, and your
Oh
registration's off."
fuck. I'd be like, my
And it,
registration's off. I'd be like, well, you need to take a fucking hammer to the fucking
and
problem, dude.
yeah, and then he shows you, and it's like, "Oh, damn it!" And then you do a little shift, and you go back to the camera work, do film negative exposure, run it through the chemicals. Well, that's me. That's the steps I had to do.
Yeah, dude.
And then,
You gotta make sure you double proof your shit. There's no getting there's no printing your comic book backwards. You know what I mean? Like if
yeah,
I've seen people packed up and moved out like instantly, like, hey, we just printed about 2,000 t-shirts. You misspelled something. Why don't you go and pack up your shit and get the fuck out? Like,
yeah, yeah.
luckily, it
There's
didn't happen to me, but like I've seen it happen. Where it's like I have
yeah,
a fucking mortgage, and they're like, you fucking should have thought about that, dude, before you misspelled fucking Christmas. Get the fuck out.
one of the executives, or actually owner of an advertising agency that I worked at, got this brochure, Honda, or a brochure, right? And in one of the pages,
Mm-hmm.
there was a picture of a car, but right in front of the picture of the car had the words FPO. And he took a flip, especially when I said to him, "Hey, I sent the high res in. They have all the high res files. They're all clipped and ready to go." And I showed him my work. I showed him the evidence. The copy of the discs that were sent off, the codec CDs, right, and couriered to the printer. But the thing is, there was a second copy given to the art director, so he always has a shelf of folders of all the work cataloged properly. So if we need to go back and say take an existing ad or existing job, do a few changes, and then relabel it as a brand new job, they would do that, right?
Sure, sure.
So they went to the archive and said, yeah, and then they drove out to the printer and they looked at the source files, which is the codec discs. They looked at it and go, yep. And then they realized that the guy who was putting everything together, that he screwed up, because when he was loading up the pages in, I think it was PageMaker at the time, the file didn't, the low res did not hook up to the high res. Yeah, so imagine the
I'm
face
so glad that
on the
wasn't my
executive.
fucking gig, dude.
FPO stood for position only.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was big. Oh, by the way, I actually digitized the Burger King account. That's one of the early things I did, where I took all the ads, all the artwork that was on paper, stack cameras and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
scanned it in high res, organized it. It was beautiful. And when I was doing
I know.
silkscreen, at one point, I became so quick and proficient at cutting and laying it all out. They said, "Hey, can you give us some designs?" And like a dumbass, I said, "Sure," without asking for compensation. So I came up with a bunch of designs and stuff like that, and they ran with it. They ran with it. They ran it on mugs. They ran it on T-shirts. They exploited it as much as they can. And I came home with mugs and T-shirts. I actually didn't have to go to the clothing store for that 1 year. I only had to buy his pants and shoes.
I'm sitting here working. Now I'm getting some heat.
No, we already talked to the chat. You came in late to the game. Yeah, we did.
I'm in the back room of the streams. I didn't have like one monitor, so I didn't see you in the back. You were serious when you said he wanted to come on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So after you did all that, what made you move out of that world? Was it just opportunity?
Yeah. Well, while I was working on something, I was listening to some of Zach's videos, and he said stuff like, the Marvel that you want to work for, the Marvel that we all wanted to work for, is gone. Because that was, as a kid, I was all about Marvel comics, and I dreamed about like working in the bullpen. I knew where the Marvel offices were on Park Avenue, I just, that was like my dream was to work at Marvel. And I, just had this fantasy that I'd be working the bullpen, and like Stan Lee would come by and like fucking quiz me on something, and I'd fucking answer him because I knew everything that I could. And and then reality hits and mortgage is due, and then you just kind of like move away from it. And so so I heard Zach say that, and that kind of clicked. And then in another video he said, I'm finding it hard to find people to work with because of the heat they'll get. And I just thought that was some fucking brutal shit. And I was like, well, fuck, I'll fucking email this dude. I'll email this guy. And this is after, I've already done one comic book for the United Nations. So, I kind of, know what's going on. I think I have the skills at this point. And so I email him, and within, 24 hours, we were hashing out the details of RocknRoll Ninja. So it was kind of like a real quick thing.
Okay, hold that thought. Spirit Scar, didn't you know dinosaurs were still alive back in the early 1900s? Gosh. Okay, there you go. Okay, now continue.
Oh, that was pretty much it. Like, it was just I had an idea and he had an idea, and we just kind of went. And so that's how I'm doing it. So, I've kind of put my other stuff on hold. I mean, I'm still doing a little bit on the weekends, because I don't want to like completely like tell these people to go fuck themselves who have been, paying my bills for years. But I'm definitely like, not raising my hands to get work, because I want to get this done and get it out on time. And
Well, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, yeah. Because it is a product, you know what I mean? Like I want to get the product finished, you know? Like I want to see the t-shirts at the end of the dryer. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of
So let me guess. When this is done, you'll have designs for t-shirts and stuff like that ready to go.
I'm sorry, what did you say? The what?
When the book is done and you're going and you're heading off to issue 2 and 3 and stuff like that, you'll get that little kick in the back of your brain and say, you know what, I think I can take this particular graphic out of the page or out of the panel, slap a catchy phrase on it, put a little thick outline, put into some pastel colors, and boom, got a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely like in my head I'm thinking about all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm thinking about doing like screen printed posters, you know, like
Yeah.
limited run, you
Yeah.
know, like maybe 100, 150 posters because I've done like music posters for bands. You know, I've done like
What are you looking at? What, 4 colors, 6, 12 colors?
maybe 4 colors at the most. You know,
Yeah.
it would they'll be arty, they'll be artsy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they'll definitely be like artifacts, and then also like T-shirts and you know I guess I just need to look at like promotional products because that's also something that we dealt with at one of the screen printing shops was fucking promotional items. You know, like getting your logo on fucking koozies to fucking pins to like whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. So
It's ridiculous now, right? You can just go to Teespring or a place like Teespring and just upload your design, and boom.
yeah,
The world that we slaved and labored over has now just been automated.
yeah, yeah. So I need to like kind of make sure I'm clever with the stuff that I suggest to Zach. Like I know somebody who has like a laser cutting machine.
Was a CNC with
Yeah,
a laser? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I'm thinking, what if we do like fucking rock and roll ninja shurikens? You know,
That's cool.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like I want to do like cool stuff like that. Like he mentioned like dog tags, and I think that's a dope thing. But yeah, you know, just kind of like taking it like another step further in like the products and like what you know what it is. So I think that's helped like some of like the licensing and being an
Yeah.
art director. Like I've been able to like step back and like look at like a whole product line and be like, okay, you know, we're gonna do this motif. Can we do it on T-shirts? Can we do it on hats? You know, can we do it on this? You know, how do we squeeze out as much as we can? You know, from something while it's trendy or whatever. You know, for that season.
Yeah.
So this is my stuff, and it's like I want to. I'm gonna make sure it gets done on time, but it's like I'm also like thinking about it a lot. You know, I want it to be really cool, like maybe getting it printed on newsprint paper. You know, but
Oh,
we're gonna release the first 25 pages as like a preview floppy. You know, so you'll have
really?
a 20. Yeah, so you'll have an issue. You'll be like an issue 1 preview, and then we'll release the 100-page graphic novel as a single item.
Well, that's special.
Right?
Yeah, it
It's a little
is.
different. I like it because it makes me think of like the recent like love or hate the movie, but like the movie,
Mhm.
you know, and then you know it kind of like got you kind of jamming on it, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about it as, you know. That's like here's the first like fucking 10 minutes of the movies, you know, of the movie, you know, to kind of like really grab you by the boo boo.
Yeah. Wet your whistle.
Yeah, wet your whistle.
And imagine if they did that with, say, Indiana Jones and the Temple and was it not the Temple of Doom, the Raiders of the Lost Ark? They said, okay, here's the first 5 minutes of the movie. We're going to release this right now, And yeah, when you're ready, come watch the movie when we release it. People would lose their shit. They're
Yeah.
going like, "Holy fuck! This is the first 5 minutes." And, you know, they would flip out and would go to the movie theater and see the rest of the movie. It'd be really huge, huge.
They did that with the Dark Knight, right? Didn't they they released like the first few minutes of
Yeah, the bank,
with the Joker? Yeah, the
yeah,
whole bank scene,
yeah, exactly.
So people were like, "What the fuck did I just see? We gotta go see that movie." Like people
Yeah,
were like, "I don't want to go see Batman movie," but like that definitely
yeah.
tweaked their net.
The big shtick on that is like there's no computer effects. All this is all practical,
Yeah.
and you're going like, whoa.
So that's kind of what we're doing with this. Yeah, that's the idea.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I like just kind of like layering. Now that I'm going digital, like I could just like keep adding layers and layers and just start like keep building it and building it and just getting it tighter, but keeping that same kind of energy,
Yeah.
that same kind of like whippiness to the line work.
Hey, that's great. Are you gonna follow that through and have that same feel when you're putting down the inks? Or are you gonna be a little more like Neil Adams, stiff?
Oh no, here I'll pull up one of the other pages for you. Let me save this, Bubba.
Is
You see
anybody in
that?
the stream? Yeah. Give me a sec. Is anybody still in the StreamYard's green room at all?
No, there's nobody. Just no, there's nobody back there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, holy smokes! Look at that detail. Zoom in, could you? Let's have a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you ran a white brush over your black lines to get that extra detail. That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
then we'll have
nice.
some zipper tones. So like right here, there's there's going to be like four shadows because the four guys are trying to leave in the middle of the night. So there'll be like zip right.
Yeah.
There's still like a little bit of work to do, but it'll only be like one or two like layers of zip. It won't be like a insane because there's already.
Oh, Spirit Scar says, let's see. Oh, HG's in the chat. Spirit Scar's still here. Isaac, I'm not sure. I think he's still here. Spirit Scar says they showed up to see the trailer for Tim Burton's Batman, then they left without seeing the movie. Yeah, they people did the same thing for was it Meet Joe Black? There was a movie called Meet Joe Black, and they had the trailer for the Phantom Menace, the next Star Wars movie. But they had it at the beginning of before the movie, and they also had the trailer at the end of the movie. So I actually went to the movie theater to see on the big screen the trailer for Star Wars Episode 1, and then had to watch a 3-hour boring heck movie with Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins wait through the ending credits to see the trailer one more time. It killed me. I tell you, it killed me. I even asked a theater manager, "Can I just leave and come back 3 hours later?" He goes, "No, you can't. Sorry, you can't."
Oh, here we go. Here we
Konnichiwa.
go. I got a second chance to bring this.
Konnichiwa, Matt.
Konnichiwa.
Shalom.
Wakaramasuka. How you doing?
I stand with the people of China.
This is Red Testified, ladies and gentlemen.
And by the way, the worst thing you could ever do, Matt, is let George talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
It literally
Really?
is the death of streaming.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
This is the narrative Testify has been pushing all around, and a lot of people are dumb enough to believe it.
I would like to, give everybody some rice. I am a
what's the
firm.
portion?
I am good friends with the Chinese government now. I love it.
What's the
Mm.
portions of rice? What's is it like one?
You
rice
don't
bag?
ask. You don't ask questions with them. You just take what they give you.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, it just you take what they give you.
First, they ask you how many kids do you have. Like, how many kids do you have?
You're only allowed.
I have.
I'm
2
sorry. You're not
daughters.
only allowed. You could have as many children as you like in China.
Oh, you can? That's cool.
Yeah, you can have as
For a while,
many
you
as you
couldn't, though,
want.
right?
Oh no, you can have as many as you want. You're missing the.
You're just
you're
going
missing
to
the-
a concentration camp afterwards.
And
No, I
what happens?
hear you. I hear you.
What happens after you have them?
I'm not gonna tell you. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, you were going there too.
Somebody's got to make those highways, those belts and bridges.
And by the way, my name is not Testify. My name is Tetsi-san.
Say it again, please.
Testi-san.
Testy-san.
No.
All right, Testy-san.
Oh wait, Som or San?
San.
San. Okay.
It's like it's like a silent A with it. You got to say it correctly. Tetsi-san.
Testy-san.
Do you bow every time you say that?
Oh, I do. I just did right now when I said it.
Testy-san.
I
I
just
did.
bowed
I
again.
just bowed instinctually.
Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? We will be playing tonight on the Trash Compactor Show the Chinese national anthem. John Cena did nothing wrong.
Well, it's been great. The Trash Compactor Show, almost a year in production, and well, everybody tune in to the last episode tonight.
It's not going to be the last episode. We're going to have the backing of China after I'm done with this shit. You don't understand.
There's
You've
a lot
gotta
of shit
kiss
in the
some ass
beginning of that show
sometimes.
to sit through.
What's that?
I said there's a lot of shit to sit through in the beginning
Matt,
of that
you
show.
gotta you have to realize what the show is. It's
I'm
supposed to
learning.
be fun. It's everywhere.
It is.
Goes it can go to any place at any time. You never know where it's going to go.
And whatever
It's
stream
like
it
a
appears
Tim
on. Yeah, if more than one Trash Compactor a person appears on another stream, it becomes the Trash Compactor Show.
Gotcha.
Oh, Spirit
Well,
Scar, I
did catch
totally
myself
stand on
singing,
your side.
I'm not
wait
gonna
a minute.
back it.
I
around
have
that
to.
touch. I'm not gonna back it.
That is a funny video. I love that video. Yanafui made a good one on that. But Spirit Scar, I totally stand on your side. Anything ever, George, I'm against it. So
this is the rotoscope feud that I have with Spirit Scar. It just started for last night. This is going to be an epic feud. It's just starting.
Matt, you realize I'm going all these Yanafui songs. These stupid
Yanafui
songs.
Hurt you.
Yeah.
What?
All these stupid songs that Yanafui does for us. It sticks at people's heads. I get people sending me messages daily going, why in the hell do you keep playing that video? I'm sitting at work and I can't get that fucking song out of my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Like my wife is like, that's not how the song goes. I go, that's how it goes right now. That's how it is now.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
it's fun.
gonna back it. Yeah,
It's fun. He's asking me to do a. I need to. I'm trying to become a street rapper. He wants me to do a rap.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop as they call it. In the those people's worlds.
In the trap game.
I want to make sure I'm on par when I do it. So I'm doing some research.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be a street rapper.
You gotta make sure your shit's gully. That's the key. That's the factor. You gotta be gully. I don't know if you ever heard of that term, but
Gully, I've heard that before.
it's like you're fucking. It's like thug, like you ain't gully enough. You ain't thug enough.
Yeah, golly gee Whittakers.
Or
George,
not,
why do you have to bore everything? He was putting down his street cred.
That's right.
I'm not gonna back it.
You should play that video.
Yana Fooey. Actually, I'm gonna hop off and go get something to eat.
Why?
But you can play it. Why?
Yeah.
'Cause
Wait a minute, but
hungry
you
as
ate
fuck.
yesterday. You ate yesterday.
I
Yeah,
did.
by the way, again,
I'll probably eat tomorrow too.
I am bowing right now again to the Chinese flag. Thank you. I love everything they give us. They make the best electronics. Give them a break, okay? Why does everybody hate the Chinese so much?
Yeah, everybody
I don't
loves
hate
the
them.
iPhone.
I don't hate them.
Everybody
I don't
loves
have
the
anything
iPhone
against them.
and
I
the-
don't
and the
care.
Mac.
You
Yeah,
realize I'm doing this now just to see what I can get away with and what I can't. So
What do you mean, like on my stream? Like the fucking Chinese are gonna come knock
no,
on my
I'm
door
trying to see the reaction I get
because
from
of shit you're
anybody
saying?
that's in the chat. It literally right now. I just want to see because I have this whole idea for a Chinese thing because everybody's pissed off at John Cena.
Yeah, I don't know what he did.
He apologized.
What did he do?
Yeah, he made a dumb. He did a dumb PR move, but I understand the PR move. And some people can't look at all the good that the guy did before and why he did what he did now. Because I'm going, it's so stupid. It's
He
a bonehead
apologized
move.
for what?
Because he
seems like a
called
normal
Taiwan.
guy. I don't know what
he. Here's the thing, because he's in the movie business, in
he
entertainment.
mentioned Taiwan.
He mentioned Taiwan as a country that pissed off China. He did a video apologizing to China because he mentioned that Taiwan was a country. It's stupid.
Yeah, China was like, oh, no fucking Guardians of the Galaxy here. You can keep that Guardians of the Galaxy over there. You're not releasing it here.
It's so stupid, though. I'm just going, but it's just, you got to sometimes pay to play, unfortunately. And I'm going, I'm not going to shit on a guy that's actually a good guy. He really is a good guy. He just had to do a bonehead thing.
Yeah, give him a mulligan.
Yeah.
You everybody gets one.
Yeah,
you gotta
I'm not
have one.
I'm not like fuck that guy. Yeah.
Oh,
I still want to see him.
Hear some of the people that I talk to. They want this guy's freaking head on a spigot. It's just like, what the hell, guys? He's like one of the best freaking promoters out there.
He does all kinds of charitable shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's not just like out there making money. He's doing all kinds of
he is
doing shit with bald kids and animals.
Well, no, he literally is for Make-A-Wish. He is their biggest person. He's their biggest celebrity. He's done more Make-A-Wish things than anybody out there.
Yeah, he's
literally.
He's like the Johnny Depp of the wrestling world.
No, fuck Johnny Depp. I hate Johnny Depp.
Yeah, but he has his pirate outfit with him all the time.
I'm sorry. I never understood why everybody likes Johnny Depp. I think he's freaking detestable, that guy. I've
21
never
Jump-
liked him.
21 Jump Street, and he did a lot of
I
movies
loved him
with
when he got
different
shot in the
characters.
fucking neck. I loved it when he got shot in the neck. That was the
Oh.
best part of the movie.
What movie was
21 Jump
21
Street.
Jump Street.
that? Yeah, that's great.
I'm not joking. He got shot in the neck in the hotel room.
Yeah.
But
I
by the
liked it when
way,
he got sucked
Vicky,
into the bed and then all this fucking blood and shit got sprayed onto the ceiling. That was pretty dope.
Vicky,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
We're in a
shit.
divorce now.
She's looking for his fucking nuts.
I want all my plates back. Please give them to me. That's all I asked for.
Tina.
I want my plates.
Did you get the trophy from Vicky at all?
No, I never got my fucking trophy. It's bullshit.
She never sent it to
Bring
Nevada
me
care of testify or testify.
No, you just write
Nevada?
testify Las Vegas, Nevada, and it will get to me.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
So simple.
So
Never
simple.
got it.
Oh, now we have a last man in the.
Have
in
you
the
seen
chat.
the fishing lures that look like fucking baby ducks?
Yes.
Testify.
Have you seen the ones that they even make them that look like
the
spiders?
baby ducks and the fucking mice and shit?
Yep,
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, I saw those the other day. It was like a whole rack of like cute little fucking baby animals that will like get gulped.
Have you ever seen the?
It's fucking gnarly.
No, wait. Hold on a second, George.
No, hold
George,
on.
shut up.
What kind
God
of
damn it.
fish would go after these creepy creatures?
A bass, a pike, any aggressive
Yeah.
fish will.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
Fucking
Literally.
gar. Yeah.
Gar, yeah, same
A
thing.
bass will fucking
Ma-
try to suck down a fucking duckling if it can.
Yeah.
Makes me want to eat goldfish now.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Have you seen the real lure?
Goldfish. I got goldfish downstairs, but they're like the ones with the little like Mickey Mouse. They're like goldfish.
I'm not
with the Mickey
joking.
Mouse
Have you Matt,
shapes.
have you seen it's called the real lure. It's a USB charged
maybe.
lure.
Oh,
shit.
please elaborate.
No, I'm not joking. It's a USB charged lure that's like any other lure. It kind of
And it
looks like
kicks
a
and
live
stuff?
minnow, shad, things like that. And it literally, you put it on a bobber about 6 feet down. You turn it on and it just goes. It looks like a real fish. It looks like a bait fish. It's like one of the awesomest lures they made.
That's so fucking bitch though, to be like, I can't sit here and mimic the thing myself, so I gotta have it like programmed on there. It like makes me think about Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack, where he like pulls out some crazy ass fucking golf club that like, you know, hits it for him.
Yeah. No,
like my favorite lure, it looks like a tiny little crawdad. Like it looks like a crawdad that's like swimming backwards. Dude, I catch them all the time with that. You know?
I hate bass fishing though. I really hate bass fishing.
That's all that's really here. You know what I mean? It's like I could
bass fishing is so boring.
It's
keep throwing. Okay. I could see the damn fish. Let me keep throwing at the fucking fish till it finally hits it. Okay. That's why I go for trophy. I troll for trophy fish.
Yeah, you have like a boat and everything, huh?
You know, I hear the trophy fish, once they're caught and released, they have a hard time eating, and some of them starve because of that.
Well, it depends if you want to keep a trophy. Usually, if you catch a trophy fish, you keep it because they literally exert everything they have left in them. If you get one and you get it in, because I've tried to release a few fish before, and they die. They literally lose everything. So it's why usually if you ever see a big picture of a fish or anything, that's why they're doing it. They're not doing it just to take the damn fish. It's because the thing's dead. And you give it to people.
All right, guys. I'm ending it. I'm gonna get some to eat.
Awesome.
Thanks for hopping on here, man. It was good talking to you guys.
Thank you for allowing the people of China their voice tonight. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and don't forget, Blue Lives Matter.
Blue Lives Matter. Taiwan is its own country. I think Chinese island. I think Chinese Pedal Islands.
Wait,
I think China needs to stop fucking building
I gotta go.
islands.
I gotta go. I'm going.
There you go. You guys have a good day. I'll see you later.